Good evening, I'm student meteorologist Ariana Whittick here with your Thursday edition of FSU Weather. Current conditions around Doak Campbell Stadium, we have those sunny skies and those beautiful clouds, not a sight of rain in the area. Current conditions, it is partly cloudy with temperatures at 84 degrees and winds out of the northeast at 8 miles per hour. Current temperatures around the area, we have up some areas farther south near Sumatra and Crawfordville is going to be near 90 degrees. Around most of the area, we're staying in the mid-80s. Down near the coast at Apalachicola, it is a bit cooler at 79. Our local radar right now, clear skies throughout the area. We do have some showers over to the eastern side near Lake City, but those are staying clear and out of our area. Tonight's local forecast, we're seeing pretty similar conditions as those right now. Few more clouds are going to work their way into the area at the moment with temperatures around the area. And our headlines for this weekend, stormy weekend for Tallahassee, moderate severe risk and humidity returns. All this and more on FSU Weather.
Good evening, Florida State. I'm meteorologist Riley Winch with a live look at Doak Campbell Stadium this evening, and it is a very beautiful day out in Tallahassee. Some increased cloud cover from this time yesterday, but that temperature is sitting at 84 degrees. We're still a very warm state for, where we're supposed to be this time of year, in the mid-80s. That wind is coming from the northeast now rather than the north, which is what we saw yesterday. And that's all associated with this low pressure system just off of the coast of the Carolinas, helping to bring some wet weather for eastern portions of the state up into North Carolina. A pretty soggy day today, but we are clear for now in the Tallahassee area, but expect that moisture to come in, the humidity to go up, along with our rain chances over the next couple days. We see that happening in places like Lake City, taking that drive from I-10 all the way down to I-75 right now. Today we did hit a high of 88 degrees, and we're usually around that 87, so it's a pretty average day temperature-wise. We were really dry waking up this morning, so we did dip down into the mid-50s. Don't expect that to last for long, though, but luckily we did not reach that high temperature of 98 degrees, which we saw 11 years ago today in 2011. Now, temperatures across the region, we're in the mid-80s, rather, 85 there in Tallahassee. Sumatra almost at 90 degrees there, 89 before the sea breeze cools you off in Apalachicola at 79 degrees. And those dew point temperatures are comfortable for now. The sign is that we're going to get more humidity as time goes on, so that northerly influence in the winds that's keeping our conditions dry and beautiful is not going to last. And we see that yesterday. We saw this map, winds coming from the north. Now we're starting to see them come from the northeast a little bit. A little bit of a change in wind direction has a huge impact on our weather patterns. We see that over the next 24 hours. Notice how the winds come more from an easterly direction over time, and then from the north before they come from the south this time tomorrow. So we're going to get a little bit of a change in wind direction over the next 24 hours before we finally start to get some storms fueling this time tomorrow. So don't be surprised if you need that umbrella tomorrow evening if you're going to happy hour. Wear that rain jacket for you guys. Now tonight we are going to dip into the 60s. Notice not as cold as last night. We're a little bit more moist, and the chance for storms does return here in Tallahassee. For tomorrow, low 80s is the trend with the chance of storms all day. And if you're walking your dog, do it early before the temperatures rise up here. Now, if we have that look at our week ahead, we'll get more into this as we head later into the show, but the storm chances are returning, Ariana.
That is right. And let's take a look at those beautiful skies while we have them still. Sunny conditions around most of the area in the southeast, Gainesville, Atlanta, Memphis, and Miami, all seeing very similar conditions. Temperature differences, though, a little bit off in those areas. Right now, current conditions as we look across the southeast, warmer over to our friends in the west, Shreveport being 91 degrees, Little Rock 94 degrees. Make sure you have your water with you. Over along the eastern half of us, It is a little bit cooler with temperatures sitting around the upper 70s, lower 80s for most of the area. Our current dew points for the area, mostly it's going to be a little bit less muggy than it usually is in the Florida area, but as you can see, our friends to the west, you have that Gulf air streaming up and causing a lot higher dew point temperatures, so it is a lot muggier outside. Our wind speed and direction, we can see that southerly flow out of the Gulf bringing in those moistures into the area, and we do see our low pressure system that was sitting off the coast bringing winds onto the Atlantic coast of Florida. Our satellite and radar, we do see, our active alerts, we do see the small craft advisory that we have along the Atlantic coast of Florida. It is due to those winds being pushed up against the shore. So if you are on a boat, make sure you are prepared. You are with a guided tour person who can drive a boat safely and have a good and safe weekend on the water. Our drought monitor across the area, we are not in a significant drought near the panhandle of Florida, but back towards the west, it is a lot drier conditions, so they are hoping to see some more rain. Up in the coastal Carolinas, we do have some severe drought, but not as bad as our friends in Texas and Oklahoma. Our future radar right now, we can see some showers that are going to work back into our area as we head into our Saturday, but those conditions are going to stay, and these sunny conditions, it'll be mostly scattered showers. For our 48-hour rainfall total, we see the areas in New Orleans having accumulated the most rainfall for the area. And for tonight's forecast, it is going to be cooler closer to the Atlantic with temperatures at 64 degrees. And tomorrow's forecast, we're going to have temperatures in the upper 80s for areas in Florida, and over to our west, temperatures will remain in the 90s. How about those temperatures?
Yeah, they're warming up, Ariana. That's what you get to see this time of year. We're heading towards May, just about a month away from the start of summer, which I am very much looking forward to. And we can tell based off of our weather. We have a low pressure system here in the northern plains right now. That's helping to fuel some severe weather we'll get into in a little bit. But what we just talked about, this low pressure system that's starting to move back towards the west, helping to sogify the southeast, if you will. Now, here at the severe weather we are talking about in the Midwest right now, we do have a tornado watch for northeastern portions of South Dakota, and that does include 2 warnings right now. These are tornado warnings that we are seeing in South Dakota. We want to get in on these a little bit here. The warnings are in the bright red for tornadoes, and the dark red is tornado watches. Now, where we see those severe thunderstorm watches is in the yellow, and the oranges are those severe weather warnings. But we do have a tornado warning in effect, this highlighted one right here, portions of Lake, McCook, and Minor counties, and this goes until 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So you want to make sure, or based off of our time, this would be Eastern Time, that would be 5:30 local Central Daylight Time. Now, we also have this other tornado warning included in the watch a little farther to the northwest. That includes Beadle County until 5:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So you want to be making sure you're getting to the lowest level of your homes, into your safe places right now. In that sweeping radar, we see these lines of storms moving into these areas, and it's pretty much along these lines of storms we're getting some spin-ups that is helping to cause for some tornadic events. Now, farther to the southeast, we don't have severe storms. We just have a lot of spotty, strong storms moving across that Alabama-Mississippi state line, heading towards Biloxi, Mississippi, getting back down towards the Gulf Coast, but pretty much the entirety of the eastern portion of Mississippi getting in on that stormy weather right now. Current conditions across the nation, 92 degrees in Kansas City. We're really hot. A lot of warm, moist air coming from the Gulf of Mexico this evening. That's helping to fuel the storms where we see this large temperature gradient. Bismarck to Minneapolis, that's about a change of 20 degrees in temperature. That is where you're seeing the severe storms, and that temperature contrast is helping to show us where those storms are fueling this evening. And another thing helping to show us that is this dry line right here. Albuquerque, we're at a negative 11 degree dew point, 63 in Fort Worth. So this separates the very moist air mass from the dry air mass, and that is where you help get the change in air masses fueling some storms as well. Drought pretty significant in portions of New Mexico and Texas, exceptional in some of those places, especially in the western portion of the country. Not so much in the eastern portion of the country, except along the Gulf Coast, portions of Louisiana, and the Carolinas getting in on a little bit of a drought we should be watching. Fire weather warning in all the pink areas here. If you're in the desert Southwest, make sure you are taking that into account and you are staying safe. No lighting any matches. We have a moderate risk of severe weather today in the northern plains where we're seeing those tornado warnings right now. And as for the day tomorrow, we are going to see temperatures really stay where they are today. 96 in San Antonio, 96 in Dallas-Fort Worth. It will be a scorcher in the Lone Star State. A little cooler in the southeast as that low pressure system does move in. That is going to help keep temperatures down a little bit, but we are still going to have the chance of storms. And the northeast, pretty nice. Boston at 73 degrees. This is the time to get out and enjoy the weather there on Pacific Northwest, as we can see. Seattle, a little chilly. Salt Lake City, 68. That is the cool spot in the country, but we're warming up. We are heading towards summer in much of the nation, Ariana.
That is right. And as we look closer to home in our Tallahassee area, many of those similar conditions, clear skies, sunny weather, even that guy out there fishing right now. So great day for the beach. Tonight in College Town, similar conditions where it's going to be clear, lack of rain. Temperatures are going to start out at 77 and work our way down to 68 degrees. Our stargazing forecast tonight, very good conditions to see stars. It is going to be few clouds in there, so you might miss the few stars, but overall, great night to go out and look at the stars. Tomorrow at the res, it is going to be raining in the afternoon hours, so maybe go to the res in the morning hours so that we can at least get a day full of some sunshine as we're heading into the summer term of the semester. Temperatures are going to be 81 degrees with winds out of the northeast at 5 miles per hour. If we're going to cheer on those Noles in Pittsburgh today, hopefully they'll come out with a win. Temperatures are going to start at 77 and work down to about 66 by end of the game. Track and field, let's cheer on those Noles and North Carolina. Temperatures are going to start out 66 and by the tracks and meet, it's going to be 71. Conditions for track and field might not be as great as we want to see with rainy conditions there, but hopefully they will come out strong and be fierce. Baseball tomorrow against our rivals from Miami. We'd never like to see them win. So temperatures are going to start out at 75 by the start of the game at 7 p.m. At 9 p.m. it's going to be 71, and by the end of the game with hopefully a win, it'll be 66 degrees. For our weekend planner, Saturday is going to be our best chance for a beach day, but Friday and Sunday we want to keep those umbrellas with us as temperatures are going to be in the 80s for the rest of the weekend. So hopefully we'll stay dry. Make sure you have your umbrellas, and let's pass it off one more time for a look at the local.
Absolutely, Ariana. We have a beautiful look at Doak Campbell Stadium. No chance of rain today. That is going to change, though. We see the sun about 2 hours away from setting now. We don't get it during our show like usual, but we are sitting at an 84-degree temperature. So a little hot out there, but we are not that muggy, so it's a little bit more comfortable than you would think for that temperature. And temperatures are in the mid-80s across the region, just starting to cool down in places like Tallahassee now at 83, 79 at Apalachicola where we have a sea breeze, Mantra cooling down as well. So the daytime heating isn't as much of an effect across our viewing area with that sun angle going down. Those dew points, as I said, were a little bit on the dry side from where we usually are this time of year, which is making conditions feel very nice out there for what they could and what they will be feeling like in the short term. As we get some of this low pressure moving into the southeast from the east to the west, we're going to see the chance for storms increase throughout the day tomorrow. This is 6:15 tomorrow. We will have a lot of spotty storms in the area. Make sure you're bringing that rain jacket, that umbrella if you are heading out tomorrow after work and before you head out to happy hour to start off the weekends. But tonight in Tally, 64 degrees, a little warmer than last night because we're a little bit more moist. And that week ahead, we are seeing temperatures warm up, getting really hot by the middle of next week. It'll be a week in the 90s, Ariana. Now, follow us on Twitter for more weather content at FSU Weather. Like us on Facebook at FSU Weather and Instagram I thought Instagram was next. YouTube, that is where we're live streaming right now, but Instagram is where you could see us post some special pictures and all of that. Here is one last week ahead. Have a great weekend, Tallahassee.